Assalamu alaikum. This is lesson 24, floating alif. So what do we mean by floating alifs? Well, here's one. It's the symbol that looks like a dagger. So they call it the dagger alif as well. The actual name is Alif Khanjaria. You don't really need to worry about the name, but that's the name. It's called Alif Khanjaria. And it's a symbol of an alif which is floating. It doesn't join any other letter. It's not on the line, and it's a lot smaller. So here's an example. You probably don't realise that it's there, but it's there all the time when you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. And here we have our dagger alif. I just put a circle there. So you can see this symbol here, and it is basically an alif. Rather than the way they would write it, they're just putting it here instead of the way you would regularly on the line. And this is the dagger alif. Another different type of alif, which I'll also be talking about today, so I'll bring it in now, is called the Alif Maksura. Now this is the letter ya, doesn't have dots, and it has that dagger alif over the ya as well. It's not a ya. The dots are omitted, so if you don't see the dots and you see the dagger symbol on top, it is the equivalent of an a. But remember, it will always be used at the end of a word, never at the beginning or the middle of a word. Always at the end. Whereas the dagger by itself can be used within the word. So let's have a look at some examples. So this is one page in a Quran, and I have circled the number of times that dagger alif has been used, except the yellow where it's the Alif Maksura, which is that ya with alif. So if I just zoom in on, say, this one here, for example, you can see you've got one there, you've got one there, come up here, you've got one here, let's come up to here, you can see you have one here, got one here. Of course, all of the Bismillahs will have it here. You've got these two here, you can see it's the same dagger, but it's over the ya, which is at the end of the word. And here, again, it's over the ya with the dagger. This is the Alif Maksuras. Well, I've got a page here, and this is a manuscript which apparently is one of the oldest in the world. It's in a place in Birmingham, not sure whereabouts in Birmingham it is, but this is an example of what the Quran used to look like. You can see that there's no dots and there's no diacritic marks like the a, e, u, and all the other Damma 10, FATHATAINs or anything like that to help you read. And so what happened was that when the Quran was written in the time of the Uthmani script, the words were written in a manner that would benefit all the different scripts, and there are different styles called the riwayah. So with each riwayah, there were some changes. So in order to make all of the riwayahs sort of have some kind of common base, the Quran was written in the format that which was then able to be modified according to the style. I'll talk about riwayahs in another lesson, so you don't need to worry about that. It's just some background as to why some places have the dagger and some places don't. It's not really important for you to know or understand, but just sort of give you some brief understanding of it. So if we have a look here at words that have that dagger alif, and how do we use it? Well, we have here that alif. Now, essentially, it's treated as an ordinary alif, the way you would see if it was written in its full length. So here we have, I'll start the readings, let's bring them bigger for you. And you have the alif there, so ha alif fatha ha, ذال ألف فتحة ذا هذا هذا ألف كسرة إي لام ألف فتحة لا إله ها كسرة هي إلهي إلهي ذال ألف فتحة ذا لام كسرة لي ذالي كاف فتحة ك ذلك ذلك ألف فتحة آ تا ألف فتحة تا أتا كاف كسرة ك أتاك أتاك ألف با فتحة أب صا ألف فتحة صا أب صا را ضم أبصار ها ألف فتحة ها أبصارها 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 با كسر بي همزة ألف فتحة بي يا ألف فتحة يا بآية تا كسرتي بآياتي نون ألف فتحة نا بآياتنا بآياتنا ألف صاد فتحة حاء ألف فتحة ها أصحى با ضم بو أصحاب 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 عين ألف فتحة با كسر بي عابي دال واو ضم دو عابدو نون فتحة عابدون عابدون عابدون. And now we have the Alif Maksura ones. ألف فتحة لام ألف فتحة لا على 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 ألف كسرة لام ألف مكسورة فتحة لا إلى 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 ألف غين فتحة نون ألف مكسورة فتحة نا أغنى 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 قاف فتحة لام ألف مكسورة فتحة لا قال 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 ذال كاف كسرة ذك راء ألف مكسورة فتحة را ذك را ذك را ياسين فتحة يس عين ألف مكسورة فتحة يس 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 ميم واو ضمة مو سين ألف مكسورة فتحة موسى 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 يا فتحة يح يا ألف مكسورة فتحة يا يحيى يحيى يحيى. So these are the words I'd like you to practice reading again. But I just wanted to bring your attention to a few additional words that I'd like you to understand. So the word here is Allah. Now here, when you see the word Allah, you see the dagger here. So here we will say Allah, and that lam, if you imagine the alif is here, that's what that's for. Ignore this sound. I'm going to introduce this symbol another time. But you see the dagger here, so it's Allah. Now the problem here is that in some Qur'ans you see this. You have a fatha, you have that symbol, and there's no alif here. But you have to remember now, every time you say the word Allah in the Qur'an, you have to imagine that there's an imaginary alif there. This word is actually Allah. It's not Allah. Lillah. It's not la. It's Allahu. Allahi. It's not that. It's Allahu. Allahi. Or however else it will come in the Quran. You have to imagine an imaginary line here to show an alif. Or you can imagine the imaginary here, as in this symbol here, where you have the dagger in front. If you see Allah written this way, imagine that this here is the dagger alif, because this word will be written Allah, Allah, not Allah. Allah, lillah, lillahi. It's not correct. Right, another word I wanted to introduce you to here. Again, don't worry about this symbol here, but here we have ha, alif, fatha, ha, ya, alif, but this time we have it on a vowel. So before the bed was on a ya for the Alif Maksura, but remember I said that if it's on a ya, it will always be at the end of the word. Here it's in the middle of the word, so it's on a vowel. And so this is another Alif Maksura. It's like another Alif Maksura, but it's the Alif on top. And so we will assume this whole section is an Alif. Ignore that vowel. It's there again, as I mentioned before about the Manuscript and some of the words that were written previously, which are no longer used. It's a bit like the word thumb, where the letter B is at the end. Something to do with Latin. I'm not sure why the B is there, but it's dropped. So we don't say thumb, we say thumb. And so the same thing goes on here. We are not going to say this vowel, even though at some time in previous history, the Arabic word may have had a vowel in it. But it's dropped now. So we would say hayatud dunya. Hayatud dunya, not hayawatud dunya. We are not saying this vowel. We've got a few other words. So here we have zakah, not zakawa. We don't say this vowel. It's imagine it's an alif, zakah. And another word, it's not salawah, it's salah, salah. But I'm going to confuse you just a little bit more, because here in Surah Baqarah ayah number 238, we have this word here, which has got the vowel, and this one here, which has got the vowel. And here we'll say حافظوا على الصلوات والصلاة الوسطى. So here, why did we say salawati, but here we said wassalati? The vowel is here, the vowel is here, the alif is on top of this vowel, alif on top of this vowel. So why did we say salawati and here wassalati alwusta? The reason why is because you see a fatha is on top of this alif here. So we are saying salawat. This time we are using this letter wow. We're not using it as an alif. We take that fatha over the wow. So we would say salawati. Whereas here it's got nothing on top. So we're not going to use the wow. We're just going to use the alif dagger was-salati. So I'll repeat that just to make sure it's absolutely clear. We would say as-salawati was-salati. Why are we saying salawati? And here we're saying salati and not saying the vowel, because the fatha is on top of the vowel. So we will use this vowel. So we will say salawati. Here we are not going to use this vowel. We will only use the dagger because there is no diacritic mark on top. So it's just salati. So notice if there's nothing on top, don't say it. If there is something on top, you say the vowel. That is probably a little bit premature right now for us, but it's because I'm showing you the daggers alif that I'm mentioning it here today. I hope that is clear for you. Any questions, please do leave a comment and I will try and answer your questions. Please don't forget to share, like and subscribe.